Hello, everybody. Robert Condon here, proudly presenting the new edition of the LOI and PSA Demo, which allows the user to create and print out the 4 legal documents and the 3 support documents, as we will see. Earlier, we went through the data entry sheet that any piece of data that's missing will not allow you to continue. If, for example, you come here and says, "Well, I need 8 days." For the PSA. So let's just add one there. But no, we're going to get the differences from the PSA, which of course is right below it. And COVID addendum is now right below it. And of course we see that there's a date difference above. So we go back to our LOI and we change that back to 10. If we make a mistake anywhere, for example here we write it out 10, no, we're going to get an invalid entry. And the error will be reflected in the LOI, it will be reflected in the PSA, it will be reflected in the termination of real estate purchase agreement, and it will be reflected in the critical dates. And the critical dates are, well, actually, let's leave it there. We're going to focus on the 46 days for both the deadline for financing extension period and closing date. Why? Because they expire on the same day. So we go back to SF dates, and we change that back to a number 10. Okay, well, we were in COVID. Let's go back to COVID real quick. Here we see the name of the property, of course. We go back here, but now we're going to add, let's just add 1 day for now to the closing date. And when we go back to start, now it tells us, yes, you do have the COVID addendum, okay? We'll get back to the COVID addendum here in a little bit. So we go back to LOI, there's no errors. Good, so we go to the LOI, we say copy to paste. And of course, the templates I have already opened. So we go to the LOI template. And we switch back. It says copy to paste. There we go. Paste. Oh, I forgot to see the time. Well, let's just discount about a minute for this. In any case, once it's fully pasted, we go to view. We go to macros, we say view macros, and we say run. And it will be perfectly formatted. Everything that has to be bold is bold, etc., etc. Of course, we have our capital. And then we say, we save it, but we're going to save it as this is basically an exercise in just leaving the templates alone after you're finished. So there we go. Slow computer for this presentation. Maybe we won't finish all. Okay, so let's just take off the template part and let's call it the Cadogan LOI, and we change this from Word macro enabled document to just a regular document. There. And we say save, and it's going to ask us, are you sure? And we say yes. Okay, so that one's saved. Now let's get back to the VBA program. Of course, here we say finish, and then we go to the PSA. This one's going to take a little bit longer because it's 24 pages, but we do the same thing. Copy to paste, and then we go to the PSA template, and we just say paste. Now this takes about 15, 16, maybe 20 seconds. The machine is slow today, but it's 24 pages. And of course, all law firms and just about every attorney I know, they use templates as well for their documents. They don't sit down and type it out or write it out or transcribe it, whatever, for every client. They have their own templates. So this is actually some law firms, we've already had clients that we have done this for them for their own documents. So here we go. It's looking like it's getting ready to finish. There we go. And again, as with the LOI, we don't even read it. After it finishes, we go automatically to view. We go to macros. We say view macros, and we say run. Okay, this doesn't take as long, but it does run through the whole document quite a few times. Last time I counted was about 130, 140 times. So, and once it's finished, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to save it as something else to leave the template as it is, and we're going to save it as a macros-free Word document, okay? The last three don't take too long. I think we started about 10:40. We'll check here, we'll see. Okay, so there it is. It's formatted. You say File, Save As, File, Save As, Browse, and of course I'm saving it in the same folder where the templates are at, just to make it easy. And again, we just delete the word template, and we call it the Cadogan template. And again, not forget, we don't want to be sending a macros enabled document to the seller. Save, and it's going to ask us, are you sure? And once it tells us if it's sure, PSA Word is not responding. Okay, there we go. Man, I apologize for the slowness of this machine, but I just wanted to present this today to y'all. Okay, so once that's done, we go back to here. We say finish. All the others are going to take just a few seconds. There we go. We go to termination. Say do the same thing. Copy to paste. We look for the termination template. Here it is. And we just say paste. And after it pastes, hope by now you know that we go to view. We go to view. We go to macros. We say view macros. And we run it. And after we run the macros, we do exactly the same thing. I guess just the 3 documents will be enough. The others is just do the same thing as with these 3 documents. And we'll just take a look at the documents afterwards. Now we do still have to get to the termination template. We get termination out of the way. And we call it the Cadogan template. And we say we want a Word document. Yes. And it asks us, there, I woke up. Word woke up. Good deal. We minimize that. And we go to finish here. And with critical dates, we're going to hold off on printing because these 2 are going to change. Okay. And we go back, says of dates. And with that, we go to the, let's go to the index, PSA index. And this is one good place to learn exactly what it is you are assigning, depending on your attorney. So we look for the PSA index template. Here it is. You say paste. This should go very quickly. Excuse me. Once it's finished, we go to view. We go to macros, say view macros, and we say run. And after it finishes running, that's right, it ran. We save it as, same thing. So I guess there's really no point in doing the last 2. We'll go to the COVID and to the critical dates to see what happens. Now we take template out and we just call it the Cadogan template. And of course, we save it as a Word document. There we go. And it asks us again, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Okay. So that's, well, we could actually print out the other two, but let's just go to COVID, see how it works. We say finish. We go to PSA. We go to SF dates. And we go to COVID. Now here in COVID, let's see. For example, we say I want 5 days without touching the closing date, right? It's okay. No, guess what? You're past the closing date up above. So we go up above, and yeah, sure, the closing date has changed, and of course the closing date up here has changed as well. But here's where the error is, because the termination by purchaser, by adding those 5 days to the cure period, to the title review period, I'm sorry, it says no, maximum 2 days. Okay, fine, two works. However, we go 5 here, and then we say, 2 here, and then we say, okay, give me 5 here. So guess what? Title review period above is, again, goes over the closing date. Okay? So let's just change that back out. And let's say, okay, let's make it 45 days for you. We're going to close on the 2 November. And the, let's leave that to 22. Let's kick that up to about, I don't know, 29 maybe. Will it go? Nope. Okay. So let's do that 20 then. Okay. The financing, let's leave the inspection period alone. And the financing extension, we're going to go for 40 days. All right. So it was 46 days for both the closing date and the financial extension period and critical dates. And now we have 88 and 91. Of course, it tells us it's a COVID date. Everything is a COVID date. And once we go to the addendum shows us that, okay, the closing date changed, everything, the inspection period remains unchanged, okay? Now, the difference here, we have agreed to extend the closing date for an additional 45 days until. So, 45 days, right? To November. So we delete this, and we put in 11/2. Right, so we get the same closing date. However, the addendum now it just tells us agree to extend the closing date until, without the additional 22 days or something. That's the difference. So it's up just choices for people. And that's pretty much it. So we have now all our documents. Well, not all of them. We didn't. The due diligence. Wait. The due diligence. The due diligence, of course, is connected to the Schedule 1. And Schedule 1, whatever you check here in Schedule 1, for example, let's see, what do we have in Schedule 1? Schedule 1, 8, okay. We go back, we have 12 of 54 checked off. So we come back here, to 8. If we put anything other than an X, it's going to give us a mistake. And that's everywhere in the program. So we go back to due diligence, and now we have 1354, and number 8 appears that it's done in Schedule 1. Okay, in Schedule 1, it's not that it doesn't print out. Schedule 1, maybe I should have mentioned this at the beginning. Schedule 1 is the bottom half of the LOI. And of course, what Schedule 1 does is it delays this, the clock ticking, if you will, to get everything before you actually make an offer. Now I can say that's pretty much it. So you can have it for 12 days, 10 days, 10 days actually. We'll make sure that you get it for 10 days. All you have to do is just ping me with your email address. And by the way, those of you that received the earlier version, of course, will get it tomorrow. And this new version, right? Just ping me, and I'll be more than happy to send you your personalized LOI and PSA demo. Thank you so much. If nothing else, filling this out correctly it can get to be time consuming, right, to get everything straightened out. Oh, by the way, that also happens. Whenever you put in any numbers in the addendum, that's what happens. So let's go ahead and clear COVID. And now, of course, we have our original numbers, right? So just by putting in one number here, that's it. Everything is grayed out up here. And that's just a reminder. I mean, the cells are still unblocked. That's just a reminder. Do not mess with these dates or numbers. They have already been sent in by the time you're filling out your COVID addendum. Again, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. And I hope this will entertain those of you who asked for it. Thank you.